Questions still active?
Yeah, you got to start by giving Cal a lot of credit. I mean, they're a very explosive offensive team. We knew that coming in. Four starters shoot, over 40% from three. And then, of course, I thought, the post player really did a nice job for them tonight as well. So they had a great balanced attack, 5 people in scoring double figures. But we ourselves have got to do a better job. We've given up 70 or more points 5 times this year, and we've lost 4 of them. So we got to understand, you got to defend, you got to rebound, you got to do the dirty work if you're going to have a chance in this league, especially on the road. So, like I said, give them a lot of credit, and we ourselves have to look in the mirror and figure out a way to do a better job.
Questions?
You mentioned just Cal's 3-point shooting, but you hold Carmelli to 3 for 12. Caleb Williams 1 for 6. Like you said, a few of their players did kind of take off there. What makes them so tough to defend on the 3, even when some players have off nights?
Yeah, I mean, again, the 3, but it wasn't just the 3. I thought Williams killed us off the bounce. I mean, she just kept getting to the rim, shooting layups, and we didn't do a very good job of keeping her in front of us. And then Suarez, that was big second quarter there. I know she had at least 3 of her threes in the second quarter. Our bench has got to be better. I mean, we went to the bench in the second quarter some, and we got outscored by 12 in that quarter. That was basically the game, and consequently, we didn't sub a ton in the second half, and I had a lot of kids cramping and things like that. So, we got to find a happy medium there. They got to be a little bit more prepared when they get in the game to do what we need to do, and then I've got to be willing to throw them out there and hope we can. We really need everybody on our roster to contribute. So hopefully we'll get that figured out too.
That's Jamie McCauley from Associated Press. Nice to see you. You said a handful of women were cramping.
Yeah, we had.
Do you think, there's so much made of the travel,
No, I don't think it was travel. Like I said, I think the second quarter I substituted, and I didn't feel like we did our best in that period. So the second half, I probably stuck with them a little too much, and so they started cramping a little bit. So
okay.
Yeah.
What do you make of, this is your first big road trip out west, and
yeah, we've made
what do you
trips
think it's
before
gonna,
though.
I know, but what do you think it's going to be like?
Well, I mean, again, for us, obviously it wasn't a lot of fun tonight, but I'd be more concerned, I feel, for them because they're doing it about 4 times. We're doing it once or twice every 4 years probably, so it's a little different. But we've come out here before and gone from here to Hawaii. I mean, we've traveled, so that's no excuse. I mean, again, it was 5-hour flight, but hey, I've been doing this a long time. We used to take 7-8 hour bus rides, so and they had to ride with me on vans way back when. They think this was dangerous, you ought to try that. So most people won't even get in a car with me. So, but that isn't the reason. Like I said, I probably should have rotated a little more than I did.
Coach, did you challenge their defense enough? You only had 7 free throw attempts, settled for too many jump shots. Did you get into their defense the way you wanted?
Yeah, I'm trying to be better now. I'm trying to lift their self-esteem. They probably wouldn't agree with that always, but no, I mean, again, I'm more matter of fact. I told you guys, we give up 70 points, we're in trouble. We've lost 4 out of 5. We got to guard better. We got to keep people in front of us. We got to have a little bit of pride and have as much pride in stopping someone as you do in scoring. And that's tough nowadays. We don't probably do that as much, but we got out rebounded. Fast break points. We had 2 fast break points. Now again, part of that is when you're taking the ball out of the net, it's hard to run.
Yeah.
You got to defend and rebound first. But we had 2 fast break points. And coming into this game, the analytics stuff we used, they were 34th in the country in transition, and we were 11th in the country in transition. And we scored 2 points on a break. So, got to be better.
How do you view the competitive balance of the conference this year, especially with Cal, Stanford, and SMU a part of things?
Oh, yeah. It was brutal before, and, you know, they just add to the mix. You know, we knew this was going to be a tough game. I watched obviously watched a lot of film. I watched the game against Stanford, and Cal was hitting shots from, you know, across half court. So, I'm sorry, Cal was hitting shots from across half court. So we knew it was going to be a challenge, but, you know, we fell down, we got back in it. I mean, we had a shot. I think we tied it there in the third or fourth quarter, whatever, third maybe. So we had a shot and just didn't get it done. Like I said, give them a lot of credit. They executed well. They're well coached. They play hard, and they beat us.
Wes, kind of a big picture question because we don't see that often. You've been coaching at the D1 level for over 25 years. You've seen the game change. You've seen recruiting pitches change. Now with NIL and the transfer portal, how have you found your motivation still as a head coach?
I don't worry about all that stuff a whole lot, you know. Try not to, you know. But yeah, it's different landscape. You know, I've said this a million times. I'll say it again tonight. I think the original idea, concept for NIL was good. If a kid comes in, plays for you for a year or two, and a local car dealership wants to let them borrow a car and use their likeness, I think that's great, or a company. But the whole collective and the recruiting process and bidding and all that is a little bit different. So, but you know, you just try to focus on what you can control and coach them the best you can. And we've got good kids. I mean, coming out here, the flight attendants came up to me and just raved about our kids and how polite they were and all that. Like, we got good kids. So I'm very blessed in that respect. But, you know, I wish we played better defense. Maybe we're too nice.
Back to your driving. Why do people not like to ride with you?
Well, you know, I'm an aggressive driver sometimes. I found, you know, when you go to the Final Four or big tournaments and stuff, you get a police escort. I like it a lot better when they're in front of me with blue lights than I do when they're behind me. But you know, I don't know. I'm always in a hurry.
Rob?
And two-parter, sir. First of all, it seemed like your kids were driving the guards and wings, could drive to the basket and were getting shots. I think you missed about 60% of your two-pointers. You feel like you got good shots, and maybe on a given day that might have worked out better?
Well, you bring up a good point. We did get some into the paint and just didn't make them. So that's probably part of it. And that's what I think people forget sometimes. I mean, you have days where one team's hitting shots and one team isn't. And like I like to say, one day you're the windshield and one day you're the bug. And so, you know, you just got to pick it up. I mean, don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not trying to just flippantly move on. I mean, it's, you know, I'm on the ledge. Luckily, I don't think my hotel window will open that much, so that's good. But, you know, it's losing stinks, you know. But I hope we can use it to motivate us and get our attention and pick up and do better.
And then my second part, your own Cal's emergence has made this a more complicated trip than maybe people would have anticipated.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so now you have Stanford, very good program. How do you regroup? You got your 2 days here. You don't go home. So how do you regroup? And how important is this next game coming up?
Yeah, and again, like I said, I know we're, you know, hurting and all physically and all that, but you know, we're not practicing tomorrow till about 5 o'clock, so we got a little bit of time. And tomorrow won't be real physically stressful. I mean, we'll go over Stanford stuff with scout team, and then we'll get some shots up in the arena over there at Stanford. But yeah, you know, hopefully we can get some rest and recovery, and you know, we'll probably still maybe swing by Alcatraz and, you know, hope none of them get incarcerated while we're there and, you know, have a big time. So, but yeah, I mean, it's humbling. And again, I knew it was going to be a tough game. Like I said, they're well coached, they've got talent, and life on the road in this league is tough. It's a big challenge.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Everybody good?